Hey guys, and in this video we're going to talk about media handling in Drupal, specifically audio handling. Now, there's a couple of things I want to say before we start this video. One is that media handling in Drupal has always been kind of a contentious subject again amongst Drupal people. There's been a lot of debate and a lot of discussion. Now, Drupal 7 came up with a kind of central API of the media module, and that would be responsible for all the media handling within Drupal. Even still though, even months after Drupal 7 came out, the support is better now, but it's still not in a simple and easy way. There's a lot of tutorials covering the media module on YouTube, but none of them are really that simple. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to show you how to. This is a clean Drupal site that I have in front of me. I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see. This is a clean Drupal site that we're looking at. No modules or fields or content types or anything like that installed. We're going to show you a simple way to go from having a clean site to having a audio file that's playable and usable on your site and can be easily managed by people that are maintaining your site. So our goal is going to show you a simple way to handle audio. We're not going to have all the features and all the whiz bang. This is going to be a basic way to get done what you need to get done, and we're going to do it as quickly as possible. Now, I also want to say that when we look at the preferences for the player, you're going to see that it also has video support. We're not going to talk about uploading videos to your site and self-hosting them on your site, because that is kind of a different subject and requires some server-side cooperation. So we might do a future video on that, but that's all a lot more to do with your hosting company than anything on the Drupal side. So we're just going to talk about audio. Now, so the way Drupal 7 decided to do media handling was something called the media module. Like I was saying, this is a central API to handle media in Drupal. Has a media browser and all kind of things, but it doesn't really give you any way to deal with the media, as in just display. It just lets you kind of upload it and manage it on your site. So that's one of the things we're going to be using. But on top of that, there's several solutions, and this is where it gets murky. There's what you need is once the media is in your Drupal site and has been handled by media module, you need a way to play, or in Drupal terminology, just display that field. Now we're going to use a module called MediaFront, and what this allows you to have a player and to manage that player to use it. Now there are several other players out on the market. One called Media Element and several other ones. They all have different features, obviously, but this is the simplest one, and it gives you a lot of interesting functionality to boot. So that's what we're going to be using, and it comes with the module. Unlike some of the other modules, they're just wrapper modules and they don't actually come with the players. So this one comes with the players integrated in nicely, so it's nice and simple. So that is what we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and dive in now. So all you need is the media module and the in this case the MediaFront module. But like I said, you can, and we're going to be using the open standards media player, which is a third-party open source player that comes with the media module. Like I said, you can use other players, but we're going to be using this because it comes with the MediaFront module. So the media module, the back end that deals with all this stuff, is at drupal.org/project/media, and it's in terms of Drupal 7 support, there's a lot of stuff to read here, but basically at the moment it's available to use the 7.x-1.x version, and that's what we're going to be using. At a core level, it only requires the C tools module, which you can get from drupal.org/project/C tools, and I already have downloaded. So those are the two modules we're going to be using at drupal.org/project/media and drupal.org/project/MediaFront. So with that said, let's dive in and actually start doing this. First, I wanted to show you that I already have these modules dropped into my sites or themes directory, sites or modules directory for the site we're going to be using, and those are the only things I have installed. Remember, our goal here is to create a simple solution, and this demonstration site we're going to be using is a completely clean site, so we're going to show you how to do it at a base level. So let's go to our Drupal site, and we're logged in here. You can see there's no content added yet. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and enable some modules. Now, when you look for those, considering that we only enabled or we only added in 3 modules, there's a lot of extra modules here, so we're going to carefully choose which ones we're going to enable. First, we need the field UI module to be enabled. This is essentially like the old CCK, and it's going to allow us to add the media field, in this case the audio uploading field, to a content that we're going to create. So we need to enable field UI, and that's the only core module we need, but we also need to enable the MediaFront module and the media module itself. That's going to ask us to enable all of the other modules, but to go with the MediaFront module, we also need to enable the open standards media player, because if you remember, that's the one we chose when we decided what player we're going to be using. So we're just going to save configuration. And it might ask you to accept some other modules to be installed, because or to be enabled rather from the package of file you downloaded, but it may not. So in my case, obviously it's fine. What we're going to do now is go and create a content type in which our audio is going to be stored in. So you can see we've got this new, if we go to admin structure, we've got this new MediaFront presets option. We're going to get to that in a minute, but for now we're just going to create somewhere to store our audio files, and that is going to be in a content type. So you can see no content types available, so we're going to add a new content type, and it's going to be a media element content type, but we're just going to say in our case, we're going to say that each one of these which is a talk, but it could be whatever the audio files represent on your site, and it is going to create a machine name for us. In terms of the basic that's all we need to do, but we're just gonna finish that and quick save and add fields, because we want to add some stuff. We want to add in a place to actually add our audio file. So we're just gonna under the new field box, we're just gonna say audio, and it's gonna create a machine name for us. The field type is gonna be file, because we're gonna create a file first, but we're gonna then use the file to display it. We're just gonna keep it as no, we're gonna select file and select the media file selector. That's one of the things given to us by Media Module. It's going to give us a nice way to display our stuff. So we're just going to save on that. It's then going to give us a options to confirm out that field, but for now we're just going to save field settings. So we're just doing this in a simple way. Now there's something important we need to configure on this screen about the content type. One of the first things we need to do is we're using the MediaFront option, and this is it's saying if there is a MediaFront if this is a MediaFront field, which obviously this is, how do you want me to deal with it? And we're going to say, well, it's this field is a standard piece of media, because there's no slot for audio, and then you can give itself extra options there, but we're just going to say media content, and then below there you can see got this allowed file extensions for upload files. Now it's here by default, but even though we're using an upload or a media module, it won't let us upload media by default. So we're just going to put in the file extension of the file here. So we're going to place.txt with .mp3, and we're just going to save settings. So that has added our audio file in there. So we've got a place to upload our audio file. I'm just gonna change the order and delete. Oh, actually no, I'll leave the body in there. I'll delete it. So to be simple, we just got the title and the audio file, but now we need to handle how that audio is going to be displayed. We've figured out some way to upload it, but we need to figure out how it's going to be displayed. Now, each different way that you display data using MediaFront needs to have its own preset. So under the structure menu where we found content apps, we're going to go MediaFront presets, and this is configuring the player itself, how it's going to display in certain situations. So we're just going to set a preset name, and because we only want one type of player on the site, we're not we're not using it in multiple places, and we don't want different types of plays for different situations. We're just gonna call it standard, and obviously the open standard media player is the only one we have enabled, so that's gonna select that for us. So we're just gonna hit next, and then it's gonna ask us to configure several characteristics throughout the player. So this is the default player we get with that module, but there's a couple of things we need to change, and most of which are in the player settings. First thing we need to do is, because we're using an audio file, we need to set controller only, so we don't get a video area, because obviously that's pretty pointless on a video. You can set custom themes for this player, but that's all we're going to do in this case. So we just want rid of the video panel, and we just want the player. That's what the object of selecting that only show controls was. So we now have a preset that we can use to display our file. So what we're going to do is go back to our audio content types, and we're going to manage how the fields are displayed. And audio is our only custom field, so it's gonna not show you. We're gonna get rid of the label, and we're gonna say, instead of just displaying as a generic file, we want you to display in a MediaFront player, and give us the capability to actually change how that behaves. It's then going to ask us to select a preset, that type of player, like we were saying before, that we want to use for this specific field. When we click that configuration button, it's going to open up the presets window. So obviously, if you had more than one preset in that previous step, you'd select from this list. But we're just gonna, it's auto selected our standard because that's the only one. So we're just gonna select that and hit update. And down in this custom display settings, we have, where do we want it to display? Do we want it to inject the player only into the full content, the teaser or the RSS feed? Well, we're going to say we want it in the full content, but not the teaser. So because we don't have any other fields, in this case, the teaser should just be the title, and then you have to click into the content to view the audio player. So that should be all the preparation done. Now it's time to test it out. So like we said before, all we're just going to do is give it a title and then upload an audio file. So our title is just going to be test, and this is the media element. This is what the media element gives us, and we're just going to select this, upload. And now a couple of things to note. First one is we've only got this allowed file extension MP3 here because we said MP3 in that previous it said TXT and we changed it to MP3, so that wouldn't let us upload that if that was an MP3. So that's something to keep in mind. You've also got this file must be less than 32 megabytes. That's controlled by different hosts, and it's also controlled by your php.ini file. So if you have problems with that may be a restriction on your host, and there may be a restriction how much you can upload, but we're just going to choose file. It's going to bring us up a standard file uploader, and I'm just going to select recording.mp3, which is something I made for this video. When we hit submit, it's gonna take that file and put it in that media element. Now we're just going to hit save, and we now see, in spite of all these things that appear to be errors here, we have indeed got the player we decided. If we go back to the home page, we can see, and we hit play. I'll just turn the audio file. This will be used in the Drupal. That's playing. So we have an audio player on our Drupal website, and that is pretty much the simplest way you can do it using the media module. And what's great about this is it does actually have quite a lot of extensibility, but our aim was to show you the simplest way, and that's what we've done. But you could see there's a whole load of settings you can tweak in there, and you can even get into some custom theming. If we look in the source code for this page, this is all just standard Drupal stuff. I'm using the default theme here, but if we get down into this isn't nasty Flash. This is all HTML way to display that player, and it's targeted by JavaScript, and it will give you HTML5 support if it's in the user's browser. So a really nice player, and just in general a really nice easy way to handle media in your Drupal site. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. That was MediaFront and how to handle media content in your Drupal site. I'll leave the links to the modules down below. I hope you enjoyed this video guys. Visit my website down below, tom-roger.com, for a whole bunch more content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.